Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a Giannis Antetokounmpo build. So he's a front runner for the MVP, he's having another great year. And I just thought it was a good time to make a Giannis build. So make sure he's a power forward and we'll move on. In terms of the body settings, we want to make sure he's 6'10". That's his listed height. He may be taller or shorter than that. I'm pretty sure he's probably taller. You want to keep his weight at 218. It's really hard at this height to make him really as quick as Giannis probably is, because you can only drop it down to 210 and it doesn't add a whole heap of speed. But I found just putting it just up a bit to 218 was the best mix to have. So make sure the weight is 218 pounds, and the wingspan, put that up to 7'8", which is the max. So that just unlocks the driving dunk, the contact dunks, as you can see, it gets it up to 84. So that's important because obviously he can slam it on anyone's head, can't he? The body shape doesn't matter, I just like define, that's just preference. And move on to the attributes. So for close shot, obviously Giannis is his best scoring is inside the paint. It's really close to the basket, so we want to make sure this is nice and high. So I suggest putting it to 90. In terms of driving layup, we all know he can finish really well at the ring, so put it to 89. You do miss out on the Hall of Fame unstrippable, but I don't think anyone's putting that to Hall of Fame, so there's no biggie there. In terms of the driving dunk, we want to max that out, like we said before, to 84. And this will just help unlock the contact dunk packages. Just the pros, I think, which don't have a height limit on them. Anyone can unlock the pro contact dunks, so that's important. And then the standing dunk, we want to put that to 90 as well, because obviously not only can he dunk on people driving at the rim, he's actually really good at getting offensive rebounds or getting in the post and just slamming it on other bigs standing right near the ring. So we need to get that to 90 to unlock the elite big man dunks, contact dunks. Unfortunately, we won't have any post control. It's too hard to upgrade that and still keep the build balanced enough to be Giannis. So I know he plays in the post a bit, but we just couldn't upgrade that, unfortunately. In terms of shooting, he's only about a 30% three-point shooter for his career, and we all know he's not a great shooter from the field, but 30% isn't terrible. At least he takes them, unlike Ben Simmons, who doesn't want to take them at all, or Westbrook that takes too many. So I'll put it up to 75, just gives you a good enough, some badges that you can use to help you shoot a bit. You got Hot Zone Hunter, Corner Specialist, you got Catch and Deadeye Bronze, Sniper still gets gold. So they're really the ones you want. Obviously he fades a bit in the post, so fade ace might come in handy. But yeah, he's not going to be a great shooter, but should get the job done when you're open. In terms of free throw, he floats around 70% as well from the free throw, so just pop that to 72. That's just what I got it to with the stats I had left. In terms of playmaking, he actually averages a fair few assists. I think he might be creeping up to about 7 per game, 6 or 7 per game this season. And he has done that for the last few seasons. So we want to get Dimer up to at least silver because he can play make a bit, particularly out of double teams. So pass accuracy to 80. We want ball handle maxed out to 73. He's not breaking anyone's ankles. He's usually using his length to get around people. So 73 should be good enough. I'm pretty sure that unlocks all his unique ball handling animations. I think you just need a 70 for that, but I'll put up 73 to get handles for days silver. Speed with ball, obviously he's probably, he takes 2 steps to get from half court to the ring. So he's probably traveling pretty quick, but unfortunately just due to the height that we've got him at, 2K just doesn't let you get speed with ball up too high. If you wanted that, you'd have to drop his height down, but unfortunately if you put it below 6'10", you lose out in the big man contact dunks, and you'd probably have to change the build a bit to suit, because obviously 90 standing dunk, 6'9" or shorter is probably not the greatest thing ever, because you don't even get the big man contact dunks. But anyway, back to the attributes. Yeah, 62 speed with ball, That just gets you the 19 badges in total. So I think that's a good amount of badges for a power forward at 6'10" to have 19 playmaking badges. I think that's quite a good layout. In terms of defending, obviously I saw a stat the other day that he holds the opponents to the lowest field goal percentage of anyone in the league right now when he's guarding them, which is incredible. It's why he was Defensive Player of the Year. I think it's like 30% or something, which is just insane. So we want to, for his interior defense, we want to put that all the way up to 87. Obviously he's really good at protecting the paint, so we want to get that as high as we can. Perimeter defense, drop it 1 below the max, which is 75. And for steal, we want to put that up to 72. So that just unlocks silver pickpocket. Obviously with these, like, he's very good defending the perimeter, but he doesn't average a heap of steals. I think it's about 1.2 or something like that, which is still very good, but I don't think it's enough. Obviously we can't even get it high enough to get gold pickpocket, so 72 is probably the sweet spot for this build. In terms of block, he also only averages about less than 1.5 blocks a game, I think, which was surprising when I saw that, but obviously he can still stuff shots, can't he? So we want to get that as high as possible without sacrificing other areas. So 89 is the best one to go here for block. And then for rebounding, we want to put offensive rebound up to 62. Obviously he grabs a lot more, but I just couldn't get offensive rebound much higher than that. And we want to put defensive rebound up to 91. So we get the 28 total badges and rebound chaser gold, sorry. So that's important because he does snag boards. He snags a lot of boards, about 10 to 11, which is, he usually ranks really high in the NBA each year for rebounds. In terms of physicals, we want to put speed and acceleration to 70. Now he is definitely quicker than 70, but as a power forward at 6'10", I think that's pretty quick on 2K to be 70. You know, you should be able to get out in the break if you've got the chance, and even beat other centers and power forwards down the floor, really. From an inbound after a made shot, you should be able to get some quick, easy buckets if your point guard's quick enough. Obviously our strength is already high because of our interior defense, so it's already at 62, so we'll leave that there. And for vertical, we want to make sure it's at 80 because that will unlock the contact dunk packages. So the elite big man, the pro big man, and the pro contact dunks off 1 and 2. So 80 is what we need for that. It also unlocks Giannis's dunk packages as well. Some of his dunks, which is we obviously want that as well for Giannis. And in terms of stamina, we just want to plonk the rest on stamina for 90 stamina. So all in all, that's the build. We have 27 finishing badges, 17 shooting, 19 playmaking, and 28 defensive badges, for a total of 91 on a Giannis Antetokounmpo build at 6'10", which I think is quite ridiculous. I reckon that's really good layout. In the right hands, this could be a dominant player inside and on the defensive end, and if you're a good enough shooter, you should be able to knock down 3 or 2 a game. So we'll move on to the takeovers. I selected finishing moves. Obviously his best attribute is finishing through traffic and over people and through. So we want to make sure we have that as a primary takeover. And then stuff blocks. Obviously when he wants to, he can really get up and just swat a shot away whenever he feels like it. So I think that was the best secondary takeover. Obviously you can change these to your liking, but we'll move on. So as we can see, we've built a versatile paint beast, shades of Evan Mobley, Pascal Siakam, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So we'll look at the badges. So for finishing, we definitely want things like Slither finisher, Lob City finisher at least silver, Mouse in the House because he's 6'10". Putback boss might be helpful to have because he does slam it back. He does dunk it from standing start, so we want that. Posterizer as high as we can. Limitless takeoff definitely, and probably fearless finisher the last. Obviously you probably want to flick things around because we would want fast twitch as well, just to help with those dunks. So maybe dropping Mouse in the House to silver and upgrading that one. But other than that, those would be the primary badges I would go with. And then onto shooting. Obviously, he's not a great shooter, but he's not horrible. He can make 1 out of 3 almost. So we'll give him that. So we probably want sniper as high as we can get it. Hot zone hunter, green machine, dead eye, catch and shoot, corner specialist, and then the last two is really up to you. You could chuck one on limitless spot up and then one on slippery off ball just to help moving around as a big guy. I think that would be a handy thing to do. And the limitless spot up just to help, you know, if you get caught a bit behind the 3-point line but you're open, you probably still want to take that. So that might be helpful there. But they would be the shooting badges. On to playmaking. Obviously we want diamond silver because he does average a fair few assists. Glue hands is just a great badge to have. Unpluckable. At least silver's great as a big man because it stops you getting stripped. As soon as I put it up from bronze to silver on my big man, it made a massive difference. Quick first step's great for a 6'10" player. Handles for days and tight handles are great badges. Downhill, obviously we want as high as we can get it. And then another thing you might want is bullet passer, of course. And then it's up to you. You could drop tight handles down to give you an extra couple badges. Get needle threader. And then maybe break starter to help with boards. That would be a good layout for a build that's not really designed to break ankles, but can definitely handle the ball. In terms of defense, we definitely want something like, we want pickpocket, that's just a great badge, but rebound chaser as high as we can, worm, because he does get around to get offensive boards. Rim protector at gold, pogo stick gold, interceptor probably at least silver, chase down artist at least silver, box at least silver, defensive leader you could put on if you like. I would leave it to the center to have on, but you could definitely put that on. Intimidator at least silver. And then you want things like, I think Tyler's defended bronze is really handy to have just with stamina. And then the next one's up to you. You could drop things, put something like pick dodger down, pick dodger on if you're worried about screens. Menace could be a good one. Brick wall, of course. Brick wall would just be handy just to get the screen animations. So that would be the layout I would go for the defensive badges. So all in all, that's the build. I hope you've really enjoyed the video and I hope you really have a great day. Cheers.